Okay, hello everybody. We've got to talk about some backing chords today. For this is our Junior Cert Music Question 8C for higher level. So our learning intentions, we're going to first recognize the key of a piece of music. We're going to understand how to harmonize a melody using some chords found in that key, and then we're going to apply these skills to a Junior Cert Music examination question. So, our rationale for studying this topic, of course it will be on your junior certificate, but all music features the use of melody and harmony. So by having an understanding of how this process works, we can learn to appreciate the skills involved and enjoy music for the better. We can use this knowledge then to improve our own music composition skills. So this is important. You won't be able to hear your backing chords in your exam, as you'll be doing your exam in an exam hall and you won't be able to get near an instrument. So you need to be able to work them out silently. So it's involving a little bit of thinking. And to make that a bit more easy, I have enlisted the help of some jelly beans. So I've hand drawn a stave. We've got our key of C. I hope you all recognize this as the key of C. Got that first ledger line, C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C. And there you go. The C major scale. So I've got the numbers applied to the notes. So C is 1, D is 2, E is 3, F is 4, and so on, up to 8, which is C again, the octave. And on each of these notes, you might remember the idea of a triad. It's a 3-note chord, tri, like a triangle, 3 notes. So you got the bottom note, in this case it's C, followed by E, which is the 3rd, and then you've got G, which is the 5th. And we can build triads upon all the notes of that scale. So there's the key of C with all the triads on all on the notes. So we're going to number those triads then. You've got chord 1, which is going to be major, chord 2, which is a D minor, chord 3 is E minor, chord 4 is F major, chord 5 is G major, chord 6 is A minor, and chord 7 is a B half diminished chord. So let's look at the notes in those triads. So you got C, E, G, D, F, A, and so on. You can see a pattern there, I hope. So for the Junior Cert, we realize we don't need to use all the chords available to us in the keys. We don't need to use the chord of 3 or the chord of 7. So I've eliminated those with a massive X, and I've probably taken those jelly beans away. I might eat them later. So we're left with chords 1, 2, 4, 5, and 6. 2 different types of minor chords and 3 major chords to choose from. So with that knowledge, let's take a look at an exam question. So this is a tune called A Roving. A roving, since roving's been my ruin, I'll go no more a roving with you, fair maid. An old sea shanty. So, look at, it's in the key of G. You've got 1 sharp. You can all go back over your circle of fifths. It's going to give you F, C. Father Charles goes down and ends battle. So 1 sharp is the key of G. As soon as you see that, you should know. So also, if you look at the question, you can see the first chord is G. This is a good indication of what the key is. If you're not sure, you should be. So a chord grid is the first thing you should do when you go in and you've established the key. So here I know it's the key of G, so I've written the G scale on the bottom, left to right, and then above it I've written all the thirds above it, and then the fifths above that. And that's given me the chords of G major, A minor, C major, D major, and E minor. Okay, so once we've got that, I'm going to move on to the time signature. Or look at the time signature, which is 2/4, 2 over 4, which is 2 crotchet beats per bar. I'm going to circle the strong beats. So the strong beats are going to be on the 1 and the 2, not on the ands in between. So I've circled all of those, you can see, starting there with an E and then a C, and D, B, C, A. They're going to tell us what we can use to influence our chord choice. So here's what I've said here. These notes can determine our chord choice. So I pointed here at the D underneath roving, and there's a D note found. If we refer back to our chord grid, there's a D note found in chord 5, but also if you look over to the left, it's in the top of chord 1. It's the 5th on the G chord. So you've got two choices there that might fit. So check the ending cadence. You must end the tune using a cadence. It can be a perfect or a plagal cadence. So perfect cadence is 5-1. That's in the key of G, that's D going to G. A plagal cadence is 4-1, and in the key of G, that's a C chord going to a G chord. So once you've used that process on all the different notes and applied them to your chord grid, you can look at these rules for effective chord progressions. So complete the cadence first, that's the end, and you'll be looking for a perfect or a plagal cadence. That's essential, that's a big part of the question. You get that wrong, it's a big deal. Okay, so choose major chords over minor chords if possible. If there's a choice between a major chord over a minor chord, you take it. Unless there's going to be too much repetition. You can't repeat the same chord symbol twice in succession. You can't have one chord and then have it again the next time. So check the strung beats and they will help you determine which chord will harmonize with the melody given. From that knowledge, I've shown the final answer, which is C, G, C, A minor, E minor, G, C, G, D, G. And I'd like you to hear that, so I'm going to play it on speaker, so hopefully you'll hear this. So in the exam you won't be able to hear that. Our learning intentions recap: we've established the key of a piece of music. We've explored how to harmonize melody using some backing chords found in that key, and we applied these skills to a junior cert examination question. Okay, thanks very much.